Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. This is the second episode of the course. This video, we're gonna talk about the ping-pong structure. What is a ping-pong structure? Let me just simply explain. Ping-pong structure is whereas we trade the lower time frame, the 50 minutes from supply demand ping-pong sell with having the higher time frame narrative in our mind. You go on the higher time frame, you look where you want to trade towards. Let's say euros at 1.10. I want to sell towards 1.08. I could sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, till we get to 108, right? That's simply what I'm going to explain. So let's dig deep in the chart. So we're on the charts here, and we can see, let's say, for example, Euro USD on the 15 minutes. Let's say we have this on the Euro USD, right? Let's say we have this nice supply zone. We had this break of structure right here. We have this nice supply zone left behind. We want to sell from here. Okay, that's normal. That's okay. And let's look at the 4 hour. What do we see on the 4 hour? Okay, we're actually coming into a 4 hour demand zone right here. I mean, if you look at the 1 hour, a little more, you can get more clear view. I just see we have significant break of structure. Even here, a significant break of structure, significant move to the upside of around 120 pips or so. And we see, okay, we have a nice demand zone right here. We could always refine to the 15 minute, which we did, and we see a nice tap in. So now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit harder to sell, right? Especially, let's say, if you want to sell around these areas, or even this area, it would be less likely to hold. And as in why? Simply because this is the 4 hour POI. And if we look at the 4 hour POI, aka demand, POI demand is the same thing. We can obviously see that, okay, we're inside this zone. We're still working in this range, right? We still have this range from this low to this high, and we had this nice retracement, and now we could obviously run up towards new highs, as in could move here, move on to this side or whatever. You could always look at the 4 hour and see, okay, on the 4 hour we have this nice pattern, as we had a break of structure and we had no mitigation yet. So this is all inducement, aka smart money trap. That's going to come in the other video as well. So that's simple what we're going to look for, okay? So now we're going to simply look at the 15 minute. We're going to obviously go back in time and, showcase you some live examples. Let's say on the 15 minute here, we can see that, okay, we're simply going to do a rough breakdown real quick. We see a break of structure. We see a supply zone right here. I'm not going to refine too much in this video. Obviously, you want to refine your supply and demand zones. But to keep it simple, I'm not going to refine too much. Okay, we had a nice supply zone there. Then we have a nice demand zone here. Okay, so we look at the 15-minute structure first. So this is the ping-pong structure, right? And then what do? We look at the higher time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour. And the 4 hour is obviously bullish. Obviously, we are approaching in towards a higher time frame demand zone. So let me go to 1 minute, 1 hour, and take this demand zone right here. So once we come here, we don't want to be selling anymore, right? So let's say price comes in here, it drops. Let me look at the pad real quick. Let me take the brush. So let's say we come here, we tag here, which is okay. Gives a retest, gives entry. We break structure here. We come back on this pullback. You do not want to sell. Now, obviously, you could sell and then buy from here, but you don't want to be targeting for lower number, as in we are in the higher side from the demand zone. Now, obviously, not every demand zone is valid, right? I mean, it is valid, but not every demand zone is going to hold for multiple pips. It could always hold for 10, 20, 30 pips, but it doesn't mean we're going to make new highs. So I wasn't going to make sure that, you have enough confluence and confirmation, which, chalk flip, entry model, that's all you need. And always on the higher time frame, let's say the 4 hour POI. But 1 minute chalk flip is not going to work on the 4 hour POI. Obviously, it is going to work, but like, it's not going to be hard enough, and it's not going to be strength. You need the demand, the real power. So I would wait for a 15/5 minute chalk flip, and inside that zone, you want to look for the 1 minute, right? So the 1 minute should be used on the 50 minute. You don't want to use the 1 minute chalk flip in the 4 hour zone, because like it's crazy. You have like 240 candles inside a 4 hour candle of the 1 minute. It's like crazy, right? What are you doing? So you should always focus on just simplicity. Okay. So what we're gonna look at, we're simply gonna move it in time and see what price is gonna do, right? So let's see what happens next. We get tagged in right here. Now, what do you see? The supply doesn't hold. What does it do? It simply goes to the next one, right? Which is okay. Because why? If you look at here, you have around a 40 pip move, a 30 pip move. That's easily a trade if you do enter. Now, obviously, if you don't enter, what do you see? We come in here. Now, what do we have? We have a break of structure, as I said, right? And let's say you move down to the 15 minute here, or even the 5 minute. you see a simple break of structure, right? Obviously, this isn't the best break of structure, but you see a break of structure inside the higher time frame demand zone. Let's see if this is gonna hold, right? What do you see? We take the supply zone and we actually come back, which is okay. Very surprising, actually. Now let's come back here and see if this is gonna hold, right? Now, obviously, the timing is not perfect, but it's okay. We're coming back up, right? Let's see what happens next. So this is the showcase, okay? Now you do trade lower, which is okay. What do you see? The price comes and actually mitigates this lower demand, so this will be an inducement. But the bigger picture is what do we see? You see price coming back into our demand zone. So what we could potentially see now is price to either come in here or just keep on going, right? That's either what's gonna happen. We don't expect price to drop back massively because there's no real anything to fall back, right? You see, so let's go. Let's say, for example, let's go to 1 hour, right? Let's go a little bit further on the 1 hour. You see, obviously, a nice retracement coming, which is okay, right? And you pull back, and then you shoot up again, right? And then you could always come back after breaking structure, coming back to the PY. But you come back to this PY, you have like what is this, like a 70-80 pip move? That's also again 1, 2, 3 trades. So this is how the ping-pong structure simply works. Inside the higher time frame, you look for the lower time frame, right? So let's see now. Again, remove your drawings. What do you see? We have a nice supply zone right here. For example, if you look at the 1 hour, or let's look at the 4 hour, I wouldn't want to be buying unless we come like nicely towards here, right? Obviously, you could always buy on the retracement. You have to keep in mind that if the trend is bearish, right, we're going down, right? And if you buy, you're buying a retracement. So you're going to buy towards the supply zone. Simple. And when you're selling, when the trend is bearish, you're going to be selling to a higher time frame PY, right? So you sell to a higher time frame demand because you're catching a trend continuation. So you're making new highs, right? So you go, and you break structure, right? And when you break structure, you're making new highs, right? So when you're selling, you want to sell to a higher time frame PY. When you're catching the trend, right? When you're continuation, right? You're following, you're going like this, okay? And then when you're going against the trend, so when the trend is like this and you're going like this, right? So you're going against it, right? So you're clashing. It doesn't work like that. So what you do is you go to a lower time frame PY, as in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Okay. So that's it. That's very simple. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna simply wait. Let's see what happens. Okay. You wait. Obviously, it does take a bit of time, but that's okay. Okay, so what do you see? We see price coming in here. It actually comes to middle all the way up here, which is okay. Let's see what happens next. It could always come back into this area, which I personally think this is inducement, right? If you look, this is like a very, very random ass bounce. So I think this inducement, we could just drop back here. Oh, no, I should move to the 4 hour. See what happens. Okay, so exactly as we expected, this was inducement. Obviously, it did come and take out these highs, which is okay. You could even, like, this is what PingPong means. This is exactly what PingPong is. So what happened is, for price, it was going to come back all the way down here eventually. But, along the way, it gave you like 3, 4, 5 trades, which is what PingPong is. You trade along following the higher time frame. So let's say you mark off the 4 hour demand zone, right? You don't want to be waiting until price comes out the 4 hour demand zone. It's gonna take a long ass fucking time. Instead of doing that, you're just gonna trade the PingPong towards there. So what you see, let's say we have a break of structure. We want to see the retest, and on the retest you could trade it if there's confluence, if there's confirmation, and all that stuff, which you learned in the previous course. If you haven't, just go watch that first because it explains all of that. And in Discord, I will again and advanced briefly explain all of this, a little bit more advanced in depth. So what you see is, simple. What do? You take out these highs and they come back. Okay. Now what do you see? We come into this demand zone, right? We come into this higher time frame demand zone, and let's just see the reaction from this demand zone, right? So obviously it could mitigate it a little bit deeper because, as I said in this video, I'm not gonna refine too much. But I just want to. That's hell. I mean, wait. So looking at the bigger picture, what do you see? Price came in. It gave like 5 or 6 entries going up, right? So it came back here. It gave you like what? A 70 pip move. Then it dropped all the way down. It came to a lower demand. Again, gave you an 80 pip move. But the bigger picture is what you're bearish, right? So the bigger picture, let's say for example, I'll just give an example. You want to see price come in here. You could always trade the reversal, continuation, reversal, continuation, reversal. So you could always trade all of those, right? And let's just scroll further. We're probably gonna come into this demand very soon. Exactly like that. So what did price do? Simple, just went on to retest higher. So you could have traded price going up, and then you could have traded price going down, price going up, price going down, price going up. So on the low time frame, you trade all of this, and you just look at the higher time perspective. The fuck was that? High time frame perspective. Holy shit. So on the 1 day, let's say for example, the 1 day is still bullish, right? You just came back to this demand. So what you could expect price next to do is to pull into this 4-hour supply, right? And let's see what happens now. Obviously, you could always do anything it wants, which let's say we broke structure now, but still in the demand zone, right? So let's go on the 1 day, for example. Okay, what do you see? We see price using this inducement. Very nice, okay? So this gave you a trade, right? This is like 130 pip bounce, but it doesn't mean that the higher time frame is likely to come up, right? So this is actually a big ass run for euro. So what we could see now is, I'm just giving a rough thing. Let's say we're gonna come into a demand zone, right? Let's say I want to see euro come all the way down here. So what you could trade, you could always buy euro and then sell euro, buy euro, sell euro, buy euro, sell euro. You're not gonna wait all the way till price comes here, because this could take like a year, take like a few months. Nobody's gonna wait that. You know, by the time I work for it, I'm gonna be a grandpa. I'm gonna have 3 children, 3 cats, 3 dogs, 3 horses. Nobody's gonna wait all that, okay? So that's simply what PingPong structure is. Hope it made sense. If it doesn't, then you just retarded. I'm joking. Just sometimes if it doesn't make sense, just rewatch the videos a couple times. And if it doesn't, just Instagram, text me on Instagram, Discord, anywhere. I'll reply because I'm just different. I just reply. So I hope this made sense. Hope this video was good. If it wasn't, that's a skill issue. No, I'm trolling. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.